Today, we're talking all about grading. What's grading? Why should you grade? Why you should not grade? Going to cover all of that in this video. So whether you're new to the hobby or experienced in the hobby, grading is a phrase and an aspect of the community and the hobby you will hear quite often. Some people are pro-grading, some people are anti-grading, and the reality is there's no right or wrong way of doing things. If you want to grade, go for it. If you don't, go for it. There is pros and cons to both sides. There's goods and bads to both sides. But at the end of the day, it's your collection. You can do whatever you like with it. Today, I'm simply giving you both sides of the argument so you can then take that power, use it your way, grade or not grade. So grading, what is it? In a nutshell, straight off the bat, it's taking a couple of raw cards, turning them into one of these cards. You are putting your card in the hands of a third-party expert who evaluates the quality and condition of your card. They're going to look at the centering on the front. They're going to look at the centering on the back. They're going to look at the corners, the sides. They're also going to look at the front and back if there are any scratches or dents. They take all of that into account and then they give you a grade out of 10. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. So, of course, that means everyone's hoping their card, if they send it in for grading, is in the best condition, because a 10 out of 10 is considered a gem mint. Part of the reason grading is usually questioned is because you are paying someone to look at your card. So when you pay them, there is no guarantee they're going to give it a 10. There's no guarantee they're going to give it an 8. The way they grade it is independent to someone else. There are many companies around the world and also companies that are just exclusive to each country. So out there, you can get your card graded by the big boys or the local up-and-coming companies. Now, with that, the price ranges vary on how much it costs you to send and get them to grade your card. Some companies charge a lot, but part of that is because you're going with their name, their brand. Some companies are a bit cheaper and a bit more cost-effective. An important thing is if you do decide to grade your card, like I said, with the centering, the scratching, everything like that, take time out. You need to pre-evaluate the fuck out of this card before you send it. It's not just the eye test. There's a lot that goes into it. Make sure if you're going to spend that time and money to grade it, that you are sure it's worthwhile getting graded. So once the company and the expert that works for that company have evaluated your card, they'll put it into a slab, one of these kind of encasings. It goes in their database and it's sent back to you. So now you have a gist of what grading is. Why would you actually grade? You're probably wondering. As I said at the beginning, first off, you don't have to grade your cards. You really don't. You can if you want, but there's nothing wrong with not grading. But if you do decide to grade, why would you choose to? We are not going to look at things from an investing and flipping standpoint. We're looking at things from the collector's standpoint. So what are one of the reasons as a collector would I want my card graded? Firstly, I know no matter what, the condition of that card is locked in. Doesn't matter what happens to this card. I know it's safe. The condition it's in this is the condition it will stay. Another reason to grade is, as a collector, if I ever feel like I have to sell part of my collection, having a graded card will sometimes, quite often more than not, get more value than a raw card. So this card will get me more graded than it would raw. That's just one of the advantages. Not always the case, but quite often the case. Another reality with grading is a lot of collectors, not all of them, but a lot of collectors out there prefer to go and buy a slabbed card, a graded card, rather than a raw card. There's quite a bit of risk that's involved in buying a raw card. You can get a really banged up, horrible looking version. But if you're buying a PSA 8 or a Beckett 9, you know that that card is locked in, condition, price-wise. You are certain on what you're getting. The last reason you might get your card slabbed and graded is aesthetically. For some, it's just way more pleasing. Seeing a slabbed card on your shelf, in your collection, in your case, can be more appealing, can be more satisfying to others. It's just the reality. Some people really do, sounds fickle as fuck, but they do prefer a card graded. They prefer to see that than that. It's just the reality. Some people like this, some people don't. Another reason to grade your cards or slab your cards is you have the potential over time to see the card go up in value. A graded card like this one, in about 5 years, maybe $100 more than this card raw. So you have the potential for your collection to be worth more in the long run. Never a guarantee, but there is the potential. Why would you not want your cards graded? And these reasons are just as valid. First one, it's uncertain. You're relying on some guy or girl that works at a company to look at your card and give it a grade. You don't know what that grade's going to be. You don't know if that person's having a good day or a bad day. Peter might be having a shit day, and every card that comes across his desk, he's just not interested. You're looking at it and he goes, 7, 8. So it's unpredictable. It's uncertain. So the risk in grading is pretty high. So why would you bother taking that risk when you can have it raw and in your opinion and with your eyesight, you know it's in great condition? So another part of why you wouldn't grade is the cost. It is not cost efficient. It is wild to think that in 2025, getting a card graded by one of the big people in the industry, one of the big companies in the industry, is costing you 20 odd American bucks, sometimes more, to get it graded. So you pay $20, you don't know what you're going to get as a score, plus you got to pay the postage both ways. So understandably, some people are like, why would I bother? Might as well put that money in my pocket and go and put that into more cards. A last reason not to grade, some people feel like it's unnecessarily become a high priority in the industry. And they're right. It has become part of the industry and the hobby that is so pushed in everyone's face that it's not necessary. It is a modern thing, but it's not necessary. So if you don't want to grade your cards, it's just not necessary. So there you have it. Some simple, easy reasons for grading and against grading. At the end of the day, the most important person to listen to and reason with when it comes to grading is yourself. If you like grading, go for it, dude. Stick with it, run with it. If you don't like grading, good for you. Stick with it, run with it. There's no wrong or right answer when it comes to grading. It's all about personal preference. Don't let anyone pressure you into grading or not grading. Just make your own mind up. And hopefully with this video and some insight into reasons to and reasons not to, you'll be able to make your decision easier. I'd love to hear from you. Do you grade your cards? Do you buy graded cards? Hit me up in the comments down below. I love to hear from you guys as always. This has been Totally Football Cards. My name's Jeremy. Yeah, buddy. Let's get it.